Hello and welcome to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Nina Adio, a social media marketing expert specific to the wedding industry. On this show, I discuss tips to help you DIY your social media, as well as getting the confidence and income to outsource it. Thank you for allowing this episode to come through on your Bluetooth, your car radio, wherever it may be you're listening from today. Now, let's take your wedding business to the next level. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. Or if this is your first time, then I am really excited that you are here. My name is Nina, and I am passionate. I'm passionate about a lot of things, but included in those things are weddings, businesses, really. Wedding businesses and social media. Weddings, too. Once I'm at a wedding, oh, you can't turn it off. I am obsessed. But thank you for being here on episode 83, where we're going to be talking about how a smaller audience can lead to bigger sales and why I truly believe that, especially for those who are just starting out or maybe starting to get into their marketing more intentionally for the first time. This will be beneficial for you at any stage of your business, but I really want some people who are newer to taking on marketing to think about this as well. So I am recording this. It is March 15th. We're at mid-March, but where I am, it's still winter outside. It's the wind. It's so cold. And I'm in the middle of content week, which is when I try to batch a lot of the content that I need for next month for all my clients in kind of like the middle of the month, try to get that all done. And yeah, also going on here, I have a new offer that I've been playing around with that I wanted to tell you guys about. So it's something I've done very rarely for maybe somebody who's, like a friend in the industry, but it's a graphics bundle, and it's not a generic graphics bundle. It's a custom made bundle. So I'm making you a custom made bundle of graphics for your business. And the reason why I added this on, because I'm not looking to add on more things to do, but I found that there is a gap between the 90-minute strategy call I offer, and then qualifying for the full service ongoing social media that I offer. And the gap really is for people who, let's say, they can't afford to do or aren't ready to do the ongoing social media outsourcing, but they don't have the time to implement everything that they learn in the strategy call. And so that's why I came up with something in between, which is the graphics bundle. This is not even on my website yet, guys. This is totally brand new. And it comes at a price point of $697. It's a Social Spark graphics bundle because we are giving your profile a spark, and you're going to get 15 graphics, which can include carousels, reels, still graphics, all of that. And it's tailor made for your business. So it'll include your branding and your logos, and it's made based on what I feel will convert for your business and what your business represents, what your clients' pain points are, etc. The graphics are sent to you with a Canva link so you can repurpose them in the future if desired. And you get it with suggested captions and hashtags. So that is the latest offer we have here at I Do Wedding Marketing that I wanted to tell you guys about. And so since it's not on the website, the only way to get it is to go on and book a consult call with me. And that's just an intro call where we talk about the different offers I have, what your problems are with your business. I answer your questions, you answer mine, and we figure out what would be best for you. And so if you want to book that, I'll put a link down below. Or, of course, you could just fill out the contact form on my website at idoweddingmarketing.com. If you weren't here last week, what we spoke about in episode 82 were things you can do on your social media that will get your social media working for you. So, tips, tricks, things you can do on your Instagram profile, your Facebook, that are going to help get things in autopilot, help you communicate with your couples without having to actively be doing it, and really get your social media on autopilot so it is working for you. So that's at episode 82. If you did listen to it and you enjoyed it, I would so appreciate if you could take a moment to rate and review this podcast, as that is the only effective way to really, really spread the word here of the I Do Wedding Marketing podcast. But now let's get into today's topic and how a smaller audience can lead to bigger sales. So we hear a lot of cliches about this. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. Niche down to level up. And all the different, cliches we hear all the time all over social media. And look, I'm one of the people saying it too, because I hate to say it, but cliches, they're often based in truth. And there is truth to this. So I was on a call earlier this week with a lovely, lovely woman who does destination weddings. And she was kind of, not knowing what to really do and hone in on with her marketing. And so I said, look, you can cater to people nationwide, right? So she's talking to everybody. But in order to get traction and to start moving, I said, let's talk to someone. Let's start. She is in the my tri-state area of Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. So I said, let's start there. Let's talk with the people you're comfortable with. Let's talk with the people who you already know. And this is going to give us a lot of different things that she's going to be able to do now. Okay, so first is that she's going to know who she's looking for. This means she can turn to things like New Jersey brides, brides of Long Island, destination weddings coming out of this area, Connecticut. She knows where her initial target of people are. And so that makes them easier to find. Next is that now she knows who she's speaking to. All right. She knows what airports they're traveling out of. She knows where the climates that they're used to, right? And when those seasons are hitting them. She knows what is important to them when traveling. Look, I'm going to as someone from New York, what's important to me when traveling? I want to know that I can get good food. I want to know if I can or can't have a bagel, and I want to know if I can have the pizza. Like that's just me. But those are things where if I saw somebody posting relating to that, I'd be like, okay, they understand what I am looking for, which means she knows what they want to hear. She can answer to their pain points. So when you're talking to a specific area, even though her audience is nationwide, and we're not out ruling, right? If somebody from Colorado inquires with her, she can still book them. But if she's focused on an audience across 50 states all at once, this particular example, she's doing this part time. So it's having a broad focus with only a part time uh, time to implement it. So that's why really making a smaller target is going to help her find people easier. Because now, let's say she wants to turn to Facebook groups to marketing rather than checking out every Facebook group for couples looking to have destination weddings in the world. She can start smaller and then go broad from there. And that's what I want to mention as well. You can go broad from there. We're not saying this is forever. We're just giving you a starting point of who to start talking to. And then what's going to happen is you start to establish your business. You start to get those leads in. You start to grow your audience. Maybe you even start getting word of mouth. So then you go a little further out, right? Maybe now you're going to the full Northeast, and then you go a little further and then you just expand from there. But I truly believe that starting small is what's going to help you. Because if you're just doing, I'll put it in relation to hashtags. Okay. If I'm trying to capture a lead and I'm just using hashtags like destination wedding, destination honeymoon, just engaged, I'm talking to way too many people that the idea of me finding one is a needle in a haystack. So if I decide that I'm going to focus on couples who are getting married in my state and I'm going to talk to them, it's much more likely that you're going to be able to find somebody because you're able to really focus in. You're able to see more people, even though you're looking in a smaller pool, because it's going to be a less saturated or flooded pool that you're looking into. Here's an example of what I would do and how that would work. So I would join Facebook groups for couples in that area. And I'm not saying to join the group, to post in the group, to say, I do destination wedding planning. That's not what I'm saying. To join the group, and what I'll do is, at least once a week, I'll look through my group feed and I'll see all the recent posts in that group. And then what do you know? I'll see someone who's saying, I've given up my local venue and I'm going to do a destination wedding instead. Where should I start? And then that's when you go in and comment with your value. You don't even necessarily have to always pitch. You don't just want to go in and go, contact me, I do this. You want to just say, you want to answer the question they ask, and then you can put that you do this and you're happy to help them. And the opportunities come, you just have to be able to find them and look for them. And that's why by having that smaller pool, it helps to find it. Because if I was in 50 Facebook groups, one or several for each state, right? Because several for each state exist, I'd never get to look through all that was posted in a week to be able to find that one and answer. And that's what I'm really talking about when I say having that smaller pool, is that you're able to catch these things and to establish yourself in this area and then expand from there. So, what if you are already local and you're thinking, I already have my local area, and I don't know what to do from there? I had one example of we're promoting a Easter brunch for a venue. And this is a luxury event, and it is a luxury venue, and people are not liking the luxury prices. Why? Because I marketed it to anybody who was in, a certain radius, rather than marketing it specifically to who would understand this event and this price point and the value they're offering. So I was able to see how it worked against me when I didn't take my own rule. And how this event keeps getting comments saying, that's a lot for brunch, like all that for blah, blah, blah. And it's because I didn't speak to the smaller audience. I thought, well, I want as many tickets for this as possible. So anyone who could feasibly drive to this, I'm going to market it to. But guess what? Anybody who could drive to it does not want to go to it. It's for a specific audience. So knowing who your audience is and dwindling who you're marketing to does not leave people out. Our intention is not to leave people out, but it is to focus on the people that your service is for. If you are uncomfortable with the idea of narrowing down your audience, view it as this instead. View it as a starting point. Where are you going to start? Who are you going to talk to first? And take it from there. But as you get comfortable with this and figure it out, it's really going to help you, because it's going to help where you spend your time on social media, how you communicate on social media, how you communicate on your website, and so forth. So if you need help mapping this out, I suggest booking a strategy call where we can go over your audience and how to speak to them together. If you have questions on the specific episode, you can always send me a message at idoweddingmarketing.com. I do want to share that next week we have Jen Taylor from Design Your Wedding Business. I was really excited to record that episode, and she's going to be talking about becoming your CEO of marketing. So that is going to be fantastic. So make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss it. If you enjoyed this episode, I would appreciate if you could rate and review this podcast. And if you want to talk more about a strategy call, the graphics bundle, or see what I Do Wedding Marketing can do for you, then book a consult call on my website over at idoweddingmarketing.com. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. It really means a lot to me, and I hope to see you next week.